The chairman of the commission listed out 8 areas that we needed to discuss. For instance, one of those areas relates to the issue of training of collation officers. Most of these collation officers are vice chancellors of various universities. But we identified the fact that despite the fact that they are vice chancellors, they still need extended training using e-platforms and other platforms for their training. The second challenge that was identified relates to the issues around the collation centers. Most of them felt that the security situation at the collation centers was not adequate, and that we had a tendency where so many party agents, both accredited and those who are not accredited, invaded the collation centers, making things difficult and life difficult for them. They also identified the whole issue about their own security, in terms of the fact that even after during the collation exercise and thereafter, they were receiving threat messages and so on. So they were looking for a situation where there should be better coordination and better improvement in terms of protecting them during the election. They also raised issues around the security of the collation center itself and the type of lightning system we should have at the collation centers. And they also advised the commission to also look at trying to test run much more robustly some of the technological innovations that the commission has introduced ahead of the election. And so there were very serious suggestions that were made, and we are going to collate all these things and then look at the actionable ones. Those that need constitutional and that need constitutional reforms in terms of constitutional amendment, we are going to pursue it. Those ones that are administrative in nature, the commission will also look at them and then make sure that we cascade them to the various levels. Okay,
I'll come back to the issue of security, but let me quickly follow up on test running the innovations and the new technologies that were deployed. Yes. I personally followed the INEC chairman around the FCT when some of these technologies were being test run. Yes. And he okayed them. I was there in his presence, and he said, okay, they were good to go. Right. So at what point did the commission get it wrong?
Well, the commission did not get it wrong. Okay. I'm just going to be slightly circumspect because I'm a lawyer and I don't want to dive into a matter that is sub judice, that is already pending in court. Okay. But if you look at what has happened during the election, you'll find out that, for instance, the beavers, for purposes of accreditation, performed exceedingly well. And very few people complain about the beavers not performing well. In terms of even facial capture, the beavers performed well. So we are happy with the performance of the beavers. In terms of using the beavers also for purposes of registration of voters, it performed very well because we call it IVED when we are registering voters. In terms of even result upload, the beavers performed very well in terms of result upload.
Nigerians are more concerned about the IREV that did not perform.
No. The IREV performed. The only issue is that in terms of uploading of the senatorial election result, in terms of uploading the presidential federal House of Representatives election results, in terms of uploading the governorship election result and state assembly election results, there are no complaints. The complaint relates only in terms of the uploading of the presidential election result. All elections are important. All elections are important. Yeah, so these are some of the issues we are going to look at, review, and make sure that going forward, that Nigerians get value for money.